Hello everybody and welcome to a continuation of the Bloodborne areas walkthrough. In this one we will be going through Old Yharnam, and as last episode we dropped off with this little opening right here. So let's have a look at what's inside. The first thing you'll probably see is the lanterns. Let's go turn that one on. Now this is technically not the Old Yharnam. This is the cathedral ward, and it's basically where the next boss you have to kill is. Right now we can't technically not access the area, but I'm gonna give you some information. First, let's have a talk about this guy.
Hmm? Oh, you must be a hunter. Very sorry. The incense must have masked your scent. Good, good. I've been waiting for one of your ilk. These hunts have everyone all locked up inside, waiting for it to end. It always does, always has, you know, since forever. But it won't end nicely, not this time. Even some folks hiding inside are going bad. The screams of women folk, the stench of blood, the snarls of beasts, none of them's too uncommon now. Yharnam's done for, I tell ya. But if you spot anyone with their wits about 'em, tell them about this here Erden chapel. They'll be safe here. The incense wards off the beasts. Spread the word. Tell them to come on over, if you wouldn't mind.
Now, he might sound a little bit off, but don't worry, this guy is probably like, he's very trustworthy, so don't worry about him. And about the incense, that is 100% true. No beast will enter this little room right here because of it. And everyone who we take in should be safe. Now, let's start with the old woman we found. You can jump down here, you won't die. Oh shit. I just played Dark Souls 3 and I had to get used to healing with the triangle again. Now, there are a few things we have to go back here to do. Story-wise, lore-wise, and yeah. First of all, these guys are standing next to the item. That item is no other than a full hunter's mouse. It's totally not important, I just want it, so we're gonna get it. Boom! Blood vials, oilers, and bold hunter's marks. Let's just go down here. We're gonna wait for him to fall over. Boom! 500 IQ. Now you might hear the pig is alive and you might think, didn't we kill the pig last time? And that's true, but there are a few loading sessions between Cathedral Ward and the Old Yharnam Chapel, so all of the enemies, if I'm not wrong, should be back alive. We're gonna be going back to this pig again later, by the way. We're gonna start off with because we have some lore to deal with. So, first part of the lore we're gonna think about is the little girl. Now you might remember we picked up this from her mother. What you can do is you can give it to her. And Basically what she'll do, she will cry and she will never talk to you again. We don't want that. We want something else to happen, right? She has a lot of different endings. We're gonna use the red jewel brooch. Get ourselves a nice gem we're gonna be using for later. And we're gonna go over to her and do a little lie about their family. But first, actually, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning of the area. And on the way, we're also going to do another thing. Like, we're going to do a lot of things. Now this dude is still here. Alina, the woman we talked to over here, she has moved now that we have beaten the boss. We'll find her later and continue her storyline. Now, some of you might remember this old woman who asked for a safe place to be in. Now that we have a safe place, why don't we give it to her?
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you once had got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what'll it be? Are you going to tell me or not?
So let's tell her about the Odin Chapel, because she seems like a very nice lady.
Well, what do you know? An outsider worth a lick of salt. Well, don't just stand there. Don't you have work to do? Go slit some throats. Get this mess done with.
So yeah, she's very grateful. Oh, Jesus Christ, he actually skinned her there. Don't fucking try me. Now he escapes the cage, which means every time ever since now he will spawn, which is bullshit. Because of that second dog who decided to be a bitch. So let's go. This, guys, every time you travel around, go give this guy a little hello. If we don't die, of course, because they have a few blood vials that are nice. And although we did have to spend some, we did eventually end up in profit, so don't worry. Now let's go all the way back to where we started off our little adventure.
You needn't concern yourself with me. I'm afraid I'm of little help now. But before I take this,
So we get a flame spray from him.
Of it, but perhaps you. What afflicted me was incurable, but this town gave me hope. Their strange blood bought me time. I was most fortunate, unharmed by the plague of beasts. I can even die human.
So yeah, he'll eventually pass away. We're gonna have a quick look at him later too, though, but don't worry just yet. What we're focusing on is getting all the way to the beginning of the world. So you might remember that we talked to Yosefka behind us. Why don't we just have a little talk to her again now that we have entered the cathedral ward?
Oh, well, hello. Splendid. Let me ask you a small kindness. You're soon off to hunt, I presume? Then, if you find any survivors, Tell them to seek Yosefka's clinic. Upon my Hippocratic oath, if they are yet human, I will look after them. Perhaps even cure them. This sickness, these beasts, they are not to be feared. This time the night is long. I may be trapped here, but I should do something to help. I'll even offer a reward for your cooperation. Tempted? Well, off you go then.
Now you might think, oh, so we can send people to her place too. That's very cool. If you watch and go back to the first episode when we talked to her, you might realize the voice is a little different. And that's because that's not Yosefka. It's an imposter. Now, yes, you can send people to her place, but there are only specific people I would send over if I were you. So, I'm going to show you every single one who I'm going to send there. And I'm going to tell you what happened nonetheless, of course. But keep in mind that something is not right. I'm not going to try to spoil it because I'm not a poop. But yeah. Let's go back to the little girl. And once we're done with this little girl, there's not too much else we can do here in Yharnam, so we're basically done. But basically, by unlocking the cathedral ward, different things can be done. So we will be backtracking every here and there, but it's only a little bit. Give him a little introduction. Let's talk.
Hello, Mr. Hunter. Still can't find my mum.
Now, since we have broken the red jewel brooch, this is what we can only answer no.
Oh, okay. I can wait. But isn't there something I can do? Maybe Mum and Dad are stuck out there, waiting for me to come and find them. What do you think, Mr. Hunter?
So here's the thing. We can tell her about the Odeon Chapel or Yosefka's clinic. If we withhold the information, she will just stay. Now, if you tell her about the Odeon Chapel, she will of course reach there. And if you tell her about Yosefka's clinic, she will go for Yosefka's clinic. Now, if you send her to Yosefka's clinic, once we go and visit that place later in the game, we'll be able to find her. But with a twist. And if you send her to the Odeon Chapel, something else will happen. That's a little... both, I can tell you right now, not gonna be mean, but both of these do not end well. So we're gonna tell about the Odeon Chapel because then we can just get it over with.
Yes, okay. Thank you, Mr. Hunter. I love you almost as much as Mum and Dad. And Granddad.
Yeah. Now. That was accidental. Let's go back to the Odeon Chapel. what we actually can do when I think of it is to use a Bold Hunter's Mark. So let's do that. Because that resets the enemies too, I think. And then we don't have to think about too much. So it's two things will happen. Thing one, she will be here.
Oh no, I haven't forgotten. Do you think I owe you something? Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yharnam's in is all your fault. Stupidity outsiders. Our blood's ruined, tainted by your ilk. Don't you come near me. I know your type.
So yeah, she's not very grateful, but don't worry. Stuff will happen later. Now, let's head back, because we can't find the little girl. Where did she go? I can't see her. Can you see her? Where's the girl? Hello? Now, if the guys to the left are alive, then we know we have reset everything. And they're alive. Okay. Now let's think strategically. From where the girl would have gone, there were two ways she could have gone. She could have gone up to the way for the cleric beasts, but there's a lot of enemies and stuff in the way. So she probably would have gone there. So she'd probably go down to the sewers, right? And she wouldn't go up there because that would have been way too dangerous with all these people. So she'd probably try to go down here. Let's just kill these guys again. But everyone knows what's in the sewers, sadly. That's this very big pig. So let's kill it. Boom. Oh look, it's an item. Ooh. And it... What? There's another item. Yeah. She's dead. She is dead, my dudes. The girl is dead. She came so far just for the pig to kill her. Now if that's not a sad ending, then I don't know. I think that's sad. One like equals one respect for the little girl. So, oh, he actually dropped something. Oh, Doc cocktails. Nice. Let's go back up, because we still haven't reached Old Yharnam, which was the point of this place, right? This tutorial? Yeah, let's go to Old Yharnam. There's also a little bit in the Cathedral Ward I have to show you, and something in Hunter's Dream though. Because when we opened that door to the Cathedral Ward, a lot of stuff was accessed. Let's get our ass over. And let's have a little look at the new areas, since we still haven't made any progress forwards yet. Except for adding a old woman to our place who's very not happy with us, sadly. So right here we have some watchers. These are the easiest parry attackers ever. As soon as they attack, you can parry. Anytime. As long as they do their attack animation, you can shoot and you can parry. Anytime. This should help you with your timings of the parries. So, very nice. Now you might see this item, right? Let's take that really quick and run back as fast as we can, okay? 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Be careful. You don't want to get sucked up in that just yet, okay? Just wait. Don't do it now. There's no reason to. You don't win anything, you don't lose it. You only die, basically. You basically die. Now. This is a giant. It looks pretty big and dangerous, and it can hurt like a bitch. But you can stagger him with a few powerful weapons like this one. When he hits you, it will hurt. Be careful. Get some blood bottles. Now let's go to the right first. This is a gate. And there's two ways to open this gate. Either you open it from the inside or you buy a key that costs 10,000. We're not gonna open this, but we're not gonna buy the key. You can buy the key in the messenger place, but I wouldn't recommend it because 10,000 is a lot of souls and you probably want to have them yourself. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep them for ourselves. Now, just because of something up ahead, I'm going to have a Molotov cocktail and the pebble shop. And I'm killed by the crows. Lovely. Very lovely. That's a human mistake, everyone. When you play a game a lot, you get a little cocky sometimes and you do stupid things. Don't worry. If you die, Iris, it's all fine. Just make sure you get the souls back and be careful. Learn from your mistakes. Just because you die doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I just healed. Damn it. Oh. And the TV is trying to turn off. Damn it. Everything is going against me right now. Wait, he's a... How the frick are you alive? Jesus. Now what you can do is just let him walk past you. And then do this. Now I don't have to worry about him. I might see our souls aren't here. That means one of the enemies are carrying them. I don't know which one, but it looks like the crow to the left has them. Let's parry this guy. There you go. Now that I'm taking a little bit more caution, get our soul back. Now you can technically ignore the souls if you like it, no stress. You don't lose anything. keep this going. Right here are the binoculars. Monocular, I mean. This isn't Dark Souls. Basically just something you use to zoom in. You don't really need it for anything, but you know, you can if you want to. Now this is why we wanted the Molotov cocktail. This guy has a wrecking ball. And you don't fuck with people with wrecking balls. We really want what he has. So we're gonna run over and pick up his shit. Then pick up this shit. Try not to die. Run over down here. Now this room has a chest over here. Open it and get a Tempering Blood gemstone, which will be usable in the future. Now this door is closed and you'll never open it ever. So don't think about ever coming back. There's no reason to. This door, it was probably meant to be something, but it just didn't work out apparently. I don't know. They just didn't do anything with it, so you don't have to worry about it. So now we have explored this entire lower section of the cathedral ward, everything that is accessible to us, and we can finally move down to Old Yharnam. Now the giant's not here for some reason. I guess he's up there. No problemo. Now Old Yharnam is this way. So once you leave this area, you go to the left of the cathedral ward, down to these two bastards, and you go to the left. Down here is a thing. It looks like a church. I think it's a church. I want it to be a church. And there's a few enemies. Let's actually do him then. The dog basically killed himself. Get all these guys dead. Oh, I almost died. Jesus Christ. Like, I've played through this game so many times that I'm still dying. That just kind of gives you an idea that I'm not as good as I like to think I am. So, upstairs right here we can't really do anything. There's an enemy to the left though. And this item. Madman's knowledge. This guy can drop, but he usually doesn't. This thing we're gonna move in a second, but we have to figure out where that is, and that's the answer is to the left. Now, this might look like it's just him, but there's also two dogs. So, walk up and walk down. One dog. That's two dogs. Now the gun is basically defenseless. He can shoot at you, but nothing else. So it's pretty nice. He does get some abilities in the future, but so far you don't really have to think about it. Now, first let's go straight forward, because there's a little guy here. We have another NPC, and this guy has a storyline that is pretty cool.
You're a beast hunter, aren't you? I knew it. That's precisely how I started out. Oh, beg pardon. You may call me Alfred, protege of Master Ligarius, hunter of vile bloods. So, what say you? Our prey might differ, but we are hunters, the both of us. Why not cooperate and discuss the things we've learned?
So, if you refuse, basically nothing happens, but you won't be able to continue his storyline. If you cooperate, he's a pretty cool guy, so do that.
Oh, very good.
You can always
Very
change your
good
mind.
indeed.
If you refuse, you can always change your
Take
mind.
this to celebrate our acquaintance.
Now we get some fire paper and pray.
Beast hunting is a sacred practice. May the good blood guide your way.
So may the good blood guide the way. That's basically his way of saying goodbye. For now, he'll just stay here, but you can summon him. If you have beat the cleric beast, you can summon him outside of the shortcut. Yeah. And you can also summon him for the beast monster in Old Yharnam that we're gonna fight. Now, I'm not gonna summon him because I kind of want to do it myself, but you can. So if it's too hard, you can get some help, and I don't blame you if you do, because the boss is pretty difficult for beginners. So right here is our little lever. Now we can finally move the chest. Also get some advanced knowledge. And we're almost in the Old Yharnam. This room is basically empty. It has this item. Another temporary old gemstone. Which, again, I'm going to show you, but first we gotta make it there. This is a wolf. He's very mean. Very crazy wolf, actually. Bam. Now we want them to use a specific attack, because it's easier for us to stun, put them in a stun-like position. This one. Boom. Now, Old Yharnam is filled with these bastards, so you gotta get used to them. You can of course run past, but I really recommend you to fight these guys because they really help. Their experience against them is basically experience against the boss. Now the boss isn't a wolf. I mean, it kinda is, but not the way you think. Don't worry, you'll see it later. Now here's the lantern for the area. And if we go to the right inside here, there will be an item. 100 blood cocktails. These are super good against this boss. And I'm gonna tell you why later. But first we're gonna go back to the hunter stream. So, monsters are different. You might think, where's my healer? Where's my upgrader? She's over here, praying. And if you're lucky, you can even hear her prayers sometimes. This time we were not, though.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it? Very well.
So, since I'm going for a strength build, I'm going to mainly focus on vitality, endurance, and strength.
Farewell.
Now, the blood gems can be used as a when you fortify weapons. First, we're just gonna repair our weapons. First, we actually have to upgrade too. Let's consume some blood then. By upgrading it to your weapon to level 1, you get the first one. You can have one blood gem. I think level 4 or 5 you get to use the second blood gem. And then on the 9th or something you get the third one. So let's upgrade once, upgrade twice, upgrade 3. So now I have 2. We can put 2 gems on it. Let's go to our Kirkhammer, and these are the ones we could use. So you can see it does increase the attack a little bit. This one increases physical attack up plus 7%, this one plus 11, and HP continues to recover, meaning if we put this one on, we'll get 1 HP every second. And this one increases physical attack up with 2.7% as well as boosting rally potential. Now we want to use this one first, and never mind, we have to use like this and this. Because this one is better, so. Now we have a little stronger Kirkhammer than what we used to have. German is also here.
The moon is close. It will be a long hunt tonight. If the beasts loom large and threaten to crush your spirits, seek a holy chalice, as every hunter before you has. A holy chalice will reveal the tomb of the gods, where hunters partake in communion.
Now what he's talking about is the chalice dungeons, which are these. Now I'm going to talk about these later, but for now you don't really have to think about them. Over here we can finally go over to this place because the dead girl gave us the red messenger ribbon, and we can give this to them, and they'll have red messenger ribbons filled with blood on. And now they're kind of cute. She's still just chilling there next to that gravestone. That will be something we'll deal with later. We have the Gascoigne set, so let's buy that. Fashion is important. And with the rest, why not buy blood vials and pebbles? Now, Old Yharnam is an interesting place, and you're probably not gonna like the first impression as soon as you enter the area, so prepare yourself. Of course, I will show you a tutorial how to get through, no stress. But yeah. And while we're at it, why don't we just enjoy these long loading screens. So, here's a door. There's a paper on it. This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here. Let's don't care. Let's not care. Let's don't care. Great English. The first impression might be, wow, this place looks nice. Pretty cool.
You there? Hunter! Didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yharnam, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to those alive. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
So you might think, oh, that's not nice. If you look over to the little clock tower over there, you might see something on top. It's a machine gun. And we're gonna have to deal with that later, but for now you can just ignore it. Now let's go massacre and get some twin blood shards, I think. Nah, just bloodstone shards. Still, no trouble. So we're gonna go down here for one specific reason. That's because there's an interesting item. First, let's kill this bitch. There's a second one. These guys, if they're small, you don't have to think too much. They only poison you if they hit you too much. Here's a hunter's sword, by the way, which is why we came down. We want all the weapons. But the bigger ones can grab you, and you should be careful with them. For obvious reasons. This is a shortcut we'll open up later. And this is the way back up. I have the cold. Here we got cold blood dew. Yeah, we're actually gonna jump down just because of this item too. That one bloodstone shard. And since we're at it, why don't we add the Hunter's Torch for some advantages throughout this area. For you that don't know, these beasts have a fright for flame. So once they see us holding flames, they will freak out a little bit. But first, let's get this item. Now you might see he's not so big fan of the light, so we can brutally murder him too. No stress. There are a few more of him. This is the enemy you have to worry the least about in this entire area. Now there's one behind the fire right there. There's another one behind that one. To the left, this guy is protecting an item. And about here is when the machine gun will start working. First we're gonna go around here. So you can see he has a clear shot at us. More bloodstone shards. Since we walk down these stairs.
You are a skilled hunter. Adept, merciless, half-cut with blood, as the best hunters are.
So right now I'm just looking up to be a little bit off to what's happening. Don't want to take any risks. So right now you can see he's not aiming at us. That's a good start. What you can do is you could jump down right forward and run. But we're gonna take the long way around for now.
Which is why I must stop you.
Now he's aiming. And shooting. So now you have to be a little up. This is one of the big guys, by the way. A little more health and he can grab you. Be careful. And here's an item. Still, we have a blockage. In the next room we enter, there's not a blockage. And there's bombs. These things are bombs. So, yeah. If that wasn't badass, then I don't know. Now that's gonna run over here and into Crow Hell. Pick up some bloodstone shards. As soon as you enter this, go to the left and kill those two. Now to the door to the right, there's another enemy that will burst out. And this is the last area where he will be a safe hazard. We're just gonna run past. There's an NPC to the right, so don't go there. Let's go up here instead. can see the NPC over there. Now, you can't go up and fight him right now and make him stop. I am going to do that. And I can tell you right now, I might not succeed. This guy is annoying, to say the least. So let's have a look. Boom. That's one way to kill him. That's what I usually do, at least. I just spam him until he falls over. So, his corpse is right there. So you might think, how are we gonna get that thing? We exit the game and we return. Boom. And once we come back, his item should be where he stands. Now, if you don't kill him, you can talk to him later in the game and get what you get. But I don't really want to come back to this area. Let's just say it like that. I don't really like this area, and I kind of want to finish it off. So you get the Power Cake Hunter badge. We basically get the Stake Driver, I think, and a few other weapons, and the Wrap Polish or something. As well as that, we also get his armor, which is pretty slick. Now let's go kill the other one. NPC. He is difficult-ish too. Right now it's getting unfair support though. By this bitch. I don't blame you if you die to this guy. He is clearly different when it comes to skills. And I don't blame you if you die. There you go. I actually almost died. That should give you the idea of just how good this guy is. We get Bone Mirage, which is absolutely nothing. Got these assholes. And now we have to do parkour. Woo! And then down here, and then here. Don't think there were any items, but inside there are items. Instantly go to the left. Now let's have a count. 1, 2, 3. Potentially 4. Now these guys you can technically ignore. Which is what I'm gonna do. Let's just run. Never mind. I totally forgot how many there are. Okay, we just need to collect them all. Now, can we push past these? Yes. Now we're looking for a weapon. Oh, here. This too. Old beats rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn to all to cinder? Oh. Oh freak. So yeah. I thought we were looking for a weapon, but we were looking for armor. Let's go up here. These guys can climb too. But we can just do like this. So yeah. Now we'll jump down here. If you go down in from the other side, which is now up ladder, you end up there, and you walk in, and you fight these two guys. Now we went up here, which means we can just go here. As soon as they see us, one of them will scream, they will all be quiet. Right now they haven't noticed us. And once they do, I mean, you can fight them if you want, but I'm gonna run. Now they notice me. This item is like the biggest challenge ever to get, so let's try that. If you fail, you can always try again. But what you miss is the Bloodor Messenger Hand Bandage. Nothing that's the end of the world if you don't get, but it's cool, so I recommend you to. Now you have to jump down and take a little damage. Right here are what we need to do the chalices. And let's fix the shortcut for now. Just ignore everything. Walk in here and go upstairs. The reason we're doing this is because then we don't have to think about the chapel later. Now once we've done this, we're back here. So, this is where I fought to be NPC. You go down, there's the ladder, and there's this shortcut. Now we're gonna go in here again because we want items, right? It's not a walkthrough if you don't get items. So we're gonna go here. Drop in here. And drop down here. And pick up the Kindled Dew. Then we're gonna jump down here. Time for crowd control. What you do, go one at a time, and die. What the frick was that? Okay, well, there aren't really any other key items in this house, so we're just gonna ignore them. Great tutorial, everyone. Anyways, you don't have to worry. There's like more cold blood, which is like more blood echoes. I think there's some blood vials and stuff like that. So there's nothing. I think there's antidotes too, which are nice, but you know, you don't have to get them. They're optional. I have no idea how they just beat the schmucks out of me though, out of nowhere. That didn't make sense. But it's kind of nice because now we have an excuse to do the other way though. The other way is basically just run, jump down here, and voila, you're here. Genius. The reason I didn't do that because items. So, there's 5,000 souls. You know what? We're not leaving 5,000 souls behind. So, the guy we obviously talked about earlier who we smacked, he's up there. But now he's dead. Now look after this big guy. If he spreads his arms in like a T-pose, he will try to grab you. Let's have a look. He wasn't interested. Take it, let's go for the items. This is a tutorial. Antidotes. To the right there's a guy. He can also grab you, by the way. Bloodstone sharks. Okay, I guess if you don't have a +3 weapon already, those are kind of nice. This guy can also grab us. We'll just make sure he doesn't. We're almost all dead. And we're poisoned. I don't want that. So let's use an antidote. He actually has 5 souls. Now, I'm gonna show you the grab animation no matter what. That's not the grab animation. Come on, grab me. Grab me. There, that's the grab. If he grabs you, he'll poison you, and that's basically it. It looks pretty not comfortable. He basically pukes all over your face, so don't get grabbed, kids. That sounds very off, I'm sorry. Now, to the left there's another item, protected by like a shit ton of crows. Boom. And then let's progress to the shortcut, shall we? So the shortcut is protected by a bajillion big wolves. And there's a very nice item there too. Now, this place has a bunch of poops. One's there, one's there, and one's there. I think there's a 4th one and a 5th one. Not sure, but I do believe so. Bloodstone sharks? Ah, maybe there were with these, I don't know. So wolf 1 is there. wolf 2, and then a wolf. So you kind of want them spread off. Because when there are 2 or more, they can be really hard. Please, one of you just turn. He spotted me. Now he also spotted me. Oh, I didn't think he could. Beast blood pellets. Those were items I was thinking about. I didn't actually know they could drop them though, but that's cool. Beast blood pellets basically gives you a little fever thing. If you increase it to max, you do insane damage. Like insane. So the more you hit, the meter rises. The more the meter rises. And when the meter is full, you do insane damage. And the bigger the meter is, of course, the more damage you do. So yeah. By the way, when I said HP gradually depletes, I actually said you lose 1 HP every second and not gain. So that's on me though. There's a wolf hanging up over there. We're not going to deal with him right now because I don't feel like it. A wolf will also come out of this door. Wait, what? I just still come out of what the frick? Also, flames work. So you can do that too. There's antidote. There's be a guy right here. There's a door to the left right here, and there will be an enemy to the right. And an item to the left. Continuing upwards, there's the shortcut, and if we continue all the way to the top, we get fire paper. Here's a little shortcut. Lovely. Now I'm not gonna go rest just yet. First we're gonna clear off the area. So that when we go to the boss, we just have to fight the boss. And I don't have to think about any other items. And if we heal, if we go back, all the werewolves will respawn, and we're gonna be running away from them when we fight the boss. This guy killed me last time I went through this area. Make sure that doesn't happen again. There you go. So in here are more beast blood pellets. This guy has a tendency to drop them apparently. They also drop the bloodstone shards and blood vials. Now if we continue on, to the left there will be an enemy that will be screaming like a bitch. Cut. Ah! And there will be a werewolf to the right. Actually poisoned again. That's a little bullshit. So we run up here, there will be an enemy. Just kidding. When we run up, there will be a little poop that gives us bloodstone shards. And right here there's an item. And if I'm not wrong, I think there's a third one. No, there's not. Okay. So yeah. Now there's only one thing left with this area. Here is Alfred's summon sign. I've said to you I will not spawn him. For now at least. Maybe if I suck, I'll have to. What the hell? I just sat down! What would do? There you go. There's a few of these. They only stand out if you come too close. There's one here and there's one here. And there's one on the other side. We're also gonna have a little quick look at the boss before we go there. Go back, I mean. I think there's another item. Yep. Cold Blood Dew. And the boss looks like that thing over there. And I'm going to show you a little tutorial of how you can take a boss. After what I did against Gascoigne, I kind of feel like a puss, so I'm going to try to not use any exploits. But you can use the pungent blood cocktails. You can throw them in the corner, and basically these just they're like alluring skulls, but for beasts. So you throw it, and all beasts, including that thing, will go over and attack over there, and you can just kill them. So that's one way to do it. You can also parry the living shit out of him. And you can do the dodge to the left tactic. Now, the dodge to the left tactic is basically a combination of that and parrying, so yeah. Let's head back. Actually, I'm too lazy, so I'm gonna do a Bolt Hunter's Mark. Crow Feather Garb is what the Aileen wears, and you get her set once you finish her quest or if you kill her. We're not gonna kill her though because I'm a nice person. Let's get back to the Hunter Street though. I look kinda adorable with those messenger things on. Let's just have a talk about those. I'm going to change it into top hats or fedoras when I get those though. I don't remember where they are, but I know you can get fedoras. Keep sleeping. Actually, let's do that first. I actually remember the hard item to get, which we have to jump for, is the Bloody Messenger Bandage. And if I'm not wrong... Wait, what? Okay. Well, I prefer the ribbon for now, so let's do that. Sometimes German will sleep here, by the way. Let's go upgrade.
What? Very well.
Boom. And then we have 657. We're gonna spend these on this, and this, and this. Now here's the key you can use to buy open the cathedral. Still, I don't recommend. These two weapons have been unlocked because we killed the guy up in the tower, as well as nothing here. We already have these armors, so you don't have to think about that. Now we need to think of blood defense. And I mean poison resistance. So Gascoigne's set seems to be the shit. Oh, don't tell me I don't look awesome. Damn, that's a slick ass armor. Father Gascoigne is fighting. Now we're gonna run directly to the boss, and we're gonna fight him, and we're gonna beat him. I'm not gonna use the blood cocktail thing at all, because they make it too easy. We're gonna do this the badass way. That's the one I want. Messenger top hat. So, since we're at this, we're also going to fix up this. We want to be having antidotes, bleach, blood pellets, and fire paper. These are the 3 things you want in this boss fight. And you also want your weapon. The torch is basically useless. You can hit him with it, and it does a little damage. But there's no point. It's slow, and yeah. Oh, he's following us to the end of the world. Jesus fuck, man. What did he do to his eyes? They went red, then yellow, and then red. Okay. So he will scream too. He's basically a wolf, but has poison added, which makes him a bitch. So I'm gonna go boom, boom, and boom. Got the parry. The parry timings is a little bit off. But you'll get it. It's easier than Dark Souls 3, let me just tell you that. Gosh, I missed it. Are you trying to grab me? Heal. Oh. Okay, but basically that's how you... You know what? I'm gonna use the exploit just to show you how you can do it too. Basically, you get parallel every shot out of him if you get the parry timing. It's basically like always, when the arm comes out, it's stretched towards you, you shoot him, and you parry him. The reason I struggle with parrying him in the second or third phase is because he has all of these little poison things around him, and it's hard to see his arm. So yeah. Let me see. Where are the pungent blood cocktails? There they are. So I'm gonna show you how to use these just because I'm salty. I tried to parry instead of blocking in the past well, so that's why I died, by the way. You're probably gonna have way more trouble than me though if you're new to the game, so prepare yourself for the worst. See if I fail again, because I'm actually not the best one at this. So I actually might fail, but we'll see. Yeah, so that's how you can exploit the living shit out of him. Just throw him to the side, hit him, and he's dead. Now it's way less exciting, but if you get pissed off, you could try it. But I highly recommend you that you try to kill him once the normal way, at least once. Because the aggression he has really will help you throughout the game, so just remember that. Now that we're done with this place, there are a few things that happen. But most of it is gonna be taken through the Cathedral Ward. The Cathedral Ward is a big ass place, so that'll actually be multiple parts. There'll be like a part 1 and a part 2. And in the middle of there, I'll probably put the Hemlock Channel Lane in. So it's a big area, okay? You'll understand once you get there. So let's level up real quick.
Very well. Farewell.
So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little tutorial of Old Yharnam. As always, I'll try to get this out once every weekend. And if you're up for Dark Souls 3 first time playthrough, I'm currently streaming those 2 every here and there, mostly in the weekends though. 1 to 2 episodes every day on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe even Friday if I feel like it. So I hope you all enjoyed. Have a fantastic Sunday. And hopefully next week won't be as hell for you as it will be for some. See everybody and have a fantastic life.